Hello SGD, and just killing some time to the World Cup final starts. That I got Croatian heritage. I have to pretend I'm into football, or as we say, Aussies soccer. But this Croatian flag, and there you have different regions. Now the important one here is the goat, and that represents Istra, or the Istrian Peninsula. And if you go to the map, you can see Croatia here, but here's the Istra Peninsula, and that's where my parents are from. So between Kastelia and Višnjan, this is the area where we're from, and sort of the main, the big town, I suppose you would call it, is Porec over here. Down to the south we have Pula, which historically was a very important port back to Roman times, the Venetian era, and especially during the Crusade. So as you can see, that's the Italian border in Trieste, so we're very close to Italy. Slovenia is cutting through. Get ocean access, but the Istra's, got Italian speakers, Croatian speakers, and it's got a big mix, like going back to, well, there's even Romanian villages. There's a population of red-headed people, and the story goes that they were Irish mercenaries who never quite made it to the Crusades, because a lot of the Crusade ships were actually launched out of here, and even the Black Death, I think, was introduced into Europe from ships coming from down this part of the Mediterranean, and that was one of the main ports there. But where are we? So quite a bit going on in Croatia. So we have one of the best preserved, largest Colosseums, arenas, is here in Pula. That's that port that I mentioned down here on the southern tip of the Istra Peninsula, Istra, or Istria, some pronounce it. That's Pula, and that's where you have the Colosseum arena, one of the largest, best preserved outside of Rome. As a young man, I was lucky enough to travel there. There's me waving my hand at the top at the roof there. But what I wanted to go about is the so back up to Porec, and there we have this. This is the area where my parents originate from before I come to Australia. And there we have Porec. And if you're going on the map, so you have Gabina, and over there, straight line. But what you have here is this collection. I'm pretty sure it's here, and that's the Croatian Stonehenge. Mali Sveti Andeo, small angel hill, and it's 1,000 to 2,000 godina pre-Christ, so that's 1,000 to 2,000 years before Christ. And I'll put these links in the description, Mali Sveti Andeo, and it's Stonehenge version of in Croatia. There's some of the ruins there, and there's some of the stones here. So it's like Croatia's Stonehenge, or this ancient circle. So again, they extend. You find them in England, France, across Europe, and especially here we're just down the road from where my parents come from. And I'll put all those links in the description. Killing time, go Croatia, and especially the goat, Istrian goat. Now, one of the reasons for the goat symbol is because and the reason for these forts was because being on the coast in this very important port city, we also had a lot of piracy going on, and slave traders from North Africa even coming up to this region, and a long history of invasion and stuff going on here. But that's one of the reasons why the goat would be we'd live off goat's milk basically, and live up in the hills again to escape the marauders and slavers and stuff who would come and invade that part of the world, raid and invade. And so, I'll put these links in the description. There is like a ancient stone circle, very ancient ruins, and as well as the lots of obviously Roman ruins, because it was a hugely important region during Roman times. Venetians so the timber that is used to support Venice, come through here. The food sources. So there we see Venice. So this again, Istra was a really important for resources and provisions over to Venice here, Venice was once in charge of a massive empire, which covered large part of the Mediterranean. Links in the description. Yeah, there's even a Stonehenge. There's a stone circle. Let's just be more accurate. In Croatia, and there's links in the description. There's not much available for in there. Just one of these interesting sites. Quarries as well, Venetians. But yep, have a good one. Go Croatia.